Hello all, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here yet again. Now just before we start the content, I just wanted to mention how much of a pleasure it's been to read all of your comments on our past videos. The combat sports community is so vibrant right now, and we greatly appreciate all the interaction we're getting from people watching. It advances our ideas and it grows the channel, which in turn will enrich the content we can produce. So keep your ideas and thoughts coming in, keep liking and commenting, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. So for today's video, we're going to cover some of the action from the first instalment of a much anticipated rematch that's coming up on March 27th, 2021. The first fight was between Dillian Whyte and Alexander Povetkin, and it turned out to be an instant classic. Now the run-up to the fight was marred with a bit of controversy because of the length of time that Whyte was a mandatory challenger for Deontay Wilder's world title. And in front of the body snatcher was the much decorated former Olympic champion, former world champion Povetkin. And it seemed that if he got through this one, then a world title showdown would await him. But Povetkin was having none of it. So let's delve into the knockdowns and the knockout from the fight and see if anything can be deduced from the action in the context of the rematch. So Dillian Whyte was doing some great work on the outside, and he knew from the early rounds that Povetkin wasn't going to be bullied. Whenever Whyte would attack, Povetkin would start to fire back, and here Whyte capitalised on this. He starts his first wave of attack against Povetkin, landing straight shots from the outside. Povetkin takes the shots and starts to unload his famous counter left hook, following up by trying to dig down to the body with the right hand. And here Whyte catches the right hook to the body with his elbow and then throws a short, sharp and accurate counter left hook inside the arc of the returning hand. No wind up, perfect precision and perfect timing. Povetkin is down. And this happened because Whyte started the first wave of attack, drew Povetkin in and then countered his counter work. Very crafty from Whyte. And now on to the second knockdown, and guys, this one is a beauty. Whyte takes a walk and backs himself up onto the ropes. Povetkin seems to smell the blood. Now maybe he's been noticing Whyte likes to dip his head forward while having his hands up and around his head, so he intelligently tries the uppercut as Whyte is moving away. Whyte stops, holds his feet, catches the shot on his arms and again uncorks a beautiful left hook counter. The sharpness, accuracy and timing of Whyte in these two knockdowns is absolutely exemplary. I don't think I've ever seen someone catch and counter as well as Dillian Whyte does. He's a big, powerful man, but he doesn't use his strength. He uses accuracy and body mechanics and ability to be comfortable under fire, and just turns the shot over and gets there before Povetkin's hands can come back into defense mode. Absolutely lovely from Whyte. And now the third knockdown and the knockout in the fight. So the last exchange, Povetkin looks to take advantage of these defensive tendencies of Whyte. The double forearm, earmuff guard and the tendency to lean forward. In the exchange, Povetkin feints engagement with a lovely throwaway overhand right, but then he pulls out and stops. Whyte tucks up in anticipation. You can see him twitch. He looks desperate to counter. He's been doing it all fight. Povetkin starts his attack again with the jab and slips outside of the oncoming counter right hand that Whyte has been itching to throw. And then he nails him up the middle with the left uppercut, finishing the fight. Now Whyte's guard is tight, but he's susceptible to uppercuts. And if you mix this in with his tendency to bring his momentum towards the attacker, we end up with this beautiful knockout from seemingly nowhere. It was very intelligent of Povetkin to select the left uppercut after throwing so many left hooks in the fight. The hook comes around the guard, but the uppercut slices through. Maybe Povetkin conditioned him to expect the hook and then cashed in with the uppercut. And Povetkin yet again proves himself to be very crafty, very tough and very clever. This run of events has set us up for a mouth-watering rematch. I for one cannot wait. And Whyte's strengths are his counter-punching, but he turned out to be his weakness in this fight, and his consistency and predictability. If I was his coach, I would advise him to be less predictable. Don't always look to use that beautiful counter-punching, but sometimes just move your feet, sometimes just tie up. Sometimes control the head, which we see him do, and disengage, and just continue to box on the outside. Continue to work that body, continue that beautiful jab firing, and use them counters sporadically and unexpectedly. But can he do it? Will it be revenge or will it be repeat? And let us know your thoughts on how you think the fight's going to go. And as always, thank you for your time and attention.